My next guest is finally back in action. Going to be taking on Jiří Procházka, UFC 311, January 18th. Sweet dreams. Jamahal Hill back here on the program. Jamahal, how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Let's sort of pick up where we left off in our last interview. You were sort of insinuating, and even the video you put out, that you would be fighting Jiri. From your vantage point, why did it take so long for this fight to go public? Because it seemed like you got plenty of notice, just like Jiri did.
I have no idea. You know, they work on their own time. They do things in their own plans. You know, they don't let us know. They just let us know where to show up to fight.
I imagine there was no other opponents in the mix. Was it always Jiri?
Yeah.
Okay, so no other names. I guess because the division's kind of booked up anyways, right? Did you kind of figure it was either going to be Jiri or Jan anyhow because there really wasn't a lot of opponents available?
Honestly, I thought it might be Jiri. It could have been either one, you know. But yeah, I was more so kind of set with it being Jiri because they yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I didn't really care. I really didn't care who it was.
Yeah, you just wanted to get back in there. And remind me again, when did you get back to training full time after the injury? Like how soon was that?
I was able to get back and start doing some training like in August. I trained and then it was like you know, then I did a little bit. Then I did like lightly from there, kind of lightly progressed from there.
Okay. How do you prepare for a guy like Jiri? Because obviously he's got a bit of a different style. He's a striker, but is it a bit different kind of scouting him than other opponents just because he does have a bit of an unorthodox style?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing changes. My goal and what I do in a fight is implement my will and my game plan, make them fight how I want them to fight. You know, so I'm ready for everything. I'm ready to adapt to whatever situations and ready to dominate in whatever way.
Do you believe a lot in damage? Like obviously Yuri's been knocked out against Pereira. He was knocked out against Pereira before that. Do you think that will play a factor in the fight? Do you think, you know, every knockout you get that takes a little bit out of you?
Nah, I don't believe that. Nah.
Okay.
It depends, like, unless you've been like brutally knocked out while you were knocked out and unconscious for long periods of time. No, I don't think so.
Take me through camp a bit because you're in Vegas now. I know you'll probably go back home to Michigan for the holidays, or you're telling me you were. And then is it just splitting camp between Michigan and Vegas, or how are you structuring things?
Nah, so I started camp back in Michigan. We started getting the ball rolling back there, and then we moved to Omaha. Moved it to Omaha for a couple weeks.
Yeah, for Anthony Smith.
To get some looks and then help Anthony as well. And now we're out here. We're staying in Vegas for this camp.
Okay, so you're going home for the holidays, do a bit of training there, and then the rest of camp will be in Vegas, I imagine, because it's close to LA, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Who are you getting to work with out in Vegas? Who do you get to work with as far as like training partners and stuff?
I got a couple guys here from out in Omaha. I got Blaine Richards. I got Carlos Trinidad out here with me. I got my coaches, Justin Andrews, Chad Pomeroy. You know, the same guys, and then we getting to mix in with some of the guys that I'm cool with here. You know, I got to actually get it in with one of the guys that don't fight for the UFC. He works for the UFC, but he fights. And this kid is good. This kid is good. His name is Sai. He's good. You'll be seeing. I got a feeling people will be seeing and knowing this guy's name soon. Okay,
interesting. And what about the guys from Extreme? Do you get to work with any of them, or did they? Do you get in any work over there? Just because it's one of the premier gyms, they've got a lot of training partners over there.
Nah, more so for this camp, we kind of keeping things closer in house and more like in like a little bit more of a closed camp.
Okay, that makes sense. Got to ask because obviously we just had Thanksgiving, we got Christmas coming up. How's the weight right now? Do you have to navigate through that a bit?
Nah, weight's good. Weight's great actually. Way ahead of where it's supposed to be. I'm around where I would normally be at. You know what I mean, active and ready and things like that. So I'm in a good spot.
Okay. Do you get to indulge a bit during the holidays, or do you have to kind of keep things on course?
No, I had my fun. You know, I spent Thanksgiving with Anthony. Actually, I was out in Omaha with Anthony. Went over to his house. He fried up a beautiful turkey for us. You know, it was great. His wife made food, and it was great. I ate. Obviously, I didn't stuff myself or, you know what I mean, nothing like that. But I ate.
Okay. Your corner, Chad Pomeroy. Who else is going to be in the cage with you?
Yeah, Chad Pomeroy, Justin Andrews, and Danny Molina. Anthony's striking coach is also my striking coach as well. And he'll be out here with us.
I don't think this fight's hit the scorecards, even though it is 3 rounds. How's this one playing out? How do you see you and Jiří Procházka unfolding?
I see me coming in, locked in, dialed in, dominant, and imposing my will the way that I'm used to doing.
Do you take into consideration that Jiri has been knocked out, but he's also fought guys like Dominic Reyes where he was knocked out and was able to come back to life? He's a bit of a zombie that way. Is that something you kind of factor in when you're game planning for him?
You always got to factor in like somebody's toughness. You never know how much somebody's going to be able to take. You just got to be able to be on point and keep controlling and keep dominating the fight as it comes, and whatever comes with that or whatever adversity there is, you have to be able to adapt, handle it, and own that spot.
One of the fights they did announce in your division, Jan Blachowicz, Carlos Ulberg. What did you think of that matchmaking? Again, because they don't have a lot of opponents, because like a lot of guys are booked up or just fought, right?
Yeah, no, that was a good fight. I believe that's a good fight. Matchmaking. Jan's coming back, so he gets a young, hungry guy, to test himself against, and Ulberg gets to test himself against a former champion and a vet that's been around for quite some time now and has been in there with the top of the top guys. So I believe it's a great test for Ulberg. It's a great test for Jan, and I think it's going to be a good fight.
Who do you give the edge to in that one with Jan being off for a while, although he's got the experience, right? That's going to be interesting.
Oh, man. I believe, I want to forget that, never mind the experience. I believe just like I look in the tools and like the tool bag. I believe Jan has more in his tool bag, but I believe Carlos he's more athletic, and I believe he's able to do more. His speed. I believe the physical, the athletics, the speed, the footwork, I believe those things are all on Carlos's side.
Okay.
But as far as bag of like what they can do, from boxing inside, boxing at range, kickboxing, to fighting in the clinch, to takedown and things like that, I believe Jan's skill set is probably just a little sharper.
Do you think they're going to do Ankalaev and Pereira next? Do you see that happening, or do you think that the winner of your fight potentially could slide in there?
Hey man, you never know. You never know. That's what I'm preparing for. I'm preparing to go out and put on a dominant performance, and then see what's next. I want the belt. I want the Pereira fight. That's what I want next. So that's what I'm gonna push for.
I think you've mentioned this before, but do you want the belt more, or do you want that rematch with Pereira more? Like, let's say he does fight Ankalaev, maybe Ankalaev beats him. Would you rather have a rematch with Pereira, or would you rather have a shot at the belt?
I'll be honest, I'll probably take the belt, take the shot at the belt, and then give Pereira the rematch.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
money.
Yeah. No, I get it. Trust me. Yeah. It's in this economy, of course, you gotta take every bit of coin you can get. Let's quickly talk about the interaction with Pereira at the PI. I know you had a video out there and kind of explained everything, but what was that moment like, just seeing him there? Because I don't know if like you knew he was there, or like what happened, but like take me through that whole thing and then how it unfolded. Because you brought up a good point. Like, you got to fight Jiří Procházka. If you guys are going to fight, you might as well get paid for it.
Right. Well, we had the Twitter exchange like a couple days before. I seen him. I seen him at the PI. And I was just like, wanted to go up. We have a little conversation. They usually have cameras on him while he's training and shit like that. So, just go up. Talk a little competitive to a little competitive smack, and sell a fight. Put myself in position to get that rematch. And just. From there, it kind of walked up. It was competitive talk at first, and then it kind of went from that to, oh, you still awake or whatever. And then whenever I said you can go to sleep, get put to sleep for real, what the actual context, because obviously people take things how they want to take them. Mm-hmm. The actual context behind that is the fact that I wasn't knocked out. I got right back up, and I was still moving. And I told him, you can get knocked out for real, like sleep, not moving. Mm-hmm. And from there, he went over and grabbed the gloves, and then that whole little situation.
Do you not think what made that whole thing kind of awkward and interesting too is the language barrier as well? Like, if this was someone that, I know Pereira's he can't speak like the best English.
His translator was standing right there. He was translating what he was translating to him. So yeah,
But sometimes stuff gets lost in translation, or maybe the translator saying stuff that's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, did that ever cross your mind?
Apparently everybody expects me to be able to speak fucking Portuguese.
Right. Yeah, that too.
English more than anybody ever speaks Portuguese to me. But somehow I was supposed to know what the fuck he was saying in Portuguese.
Because there is that language barrier. Like it does add an extra layer to things. If it was just like you and an American fighter, someone who could speak English perfectly, right?
Yeah, I guess that definitely can be a thing as well, because like after he said that last part, he kind of stopped translating to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He kind of stopped translating what he was saying to me. You know, so I don't know.
Okay.
It's just to me like the situation ain't even that serious, bro. It's like
No.
it's a fun interaction. You know what I mean? Seeing what that competitive fighter is there. You see that, you know what I mean, that he's down to go. I'm ready to step up and fight him. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what that's all I'll leave it at. That's how I look at it as.
And
He's
just
ready to go, ready to step up and fight.
Yeah, and just last thing on that, did you see Jan Blachowicz's response to the video? Did you see it or no?
I heard or seen something like he said something or whatever, but it's like, bro, my man's ain't win a fight, bro. Them nigga ain't won a fight in like 3 fucking years, bro.
Yeah.
So we don't really have. I don't really have shit to talk to him about.
I also saw you did the video on your brother and kind of explained the situation. How frustrating is it sometimes when things happen and you know how the internet is, they want to fabricate things or make things worse than they are. Do you feel like people got a little bit of a better understanding or what was sort of your reaction after doing that video?
Well, it was more so not about the understanding. It was just a simple fact of there was only one story out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which was his story, and that. So I don't tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. What happened? I don't lie. I'm not a liar, bro.
Yeah.
Regardless of what anybody says or whatever, I'm not a liar. I don't just sit around and maliciously lie or maliciously do anything to anybody. I'm a man just living my fucking life, doing my shit, putting in my work, and you know what I mean, trying to get what I can out of my time while I'm here on this planet. And yeah, it's just me putting the story out. You know what I'm saying? Putting the truth out because I wasn't able to speak on it because it was an open case. And even after the case ended, you know, I was gonna let it go. But it's legitimately like great things being held against me because of this situation. So I put my side out, and there it is.
Yeah. And that's the benefit of having a channel too, to be able to let people know. Cause I mean, people can make up whatever they want on the internet, right? And then just people run with the narrative. I'm sure you've seen a lot of that.
Right, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So that was just one thing that I just decided, all right, I'm gonna clear this up. I'm gonna take time. And it was also something for me to get off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't know if people ever really dealt with this situation where the people that you grew up with that were actually supposed to have your back no matter what flip on you like that over shit that you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, think about what I was dealing with at that time. I had torn my Achilles. I'm in rehab trying to get my career back. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, bang, now it's this. And now it's out online, people saying all this and that. And I couldn't even fucking say anything. I couldn't even tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, end of the day, like people think, I truly, truly don't care what people have to say or have to think. Because at the end of the day, I can just turn my phone off, put my phone down. My life is great.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I got amazing people around me all the time that care about me and want the best for me. And that's what I focus on, bro.
Yeah, and like we've talked about this before, but like fans have gone over the line with you. Like I don't know if people realize that. Like you told me that story in our other interview when we saw each other in Vegas about people, you know, messaging your daughter and all this stuff. Like this is where people are getting nuts. Like people talk about you being salty and all this stuff. It's like that's like to even think to go to that level to harass someone's family. Like you got to be pretty messed up. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people know that.
That's where the whole
stuff.
thing from the $20,000 to come and spar came from.
Yeah,
bro,
that's right. Yeah,
message of my daughter, and that shit really pissed me off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you really like that, if you really talk, you really like that, pull up. You know what I mean? And nobody did.
As far as like, you know, looking at how fans react to certain things, are you okay with being sort of the villain, that the hated fighter, so to speak? Is that, because it seems like you're embracing it. Like you could have just turned off all your social media, turned off your comments, but like you doubled down in a way. And I think like you kind of have to in a situation. You'll never win people over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Here's the thing, bro. If y'all gonna talk, so y'all want to talk about me? Talk about me. You know what I mean? But we gonna make sure my name stay in the right places. UFC 310 just happened last week. Who dominated the headlines? You feel what I'm saying? I fought one time and coming up now on 2 years. Who's dominating the headlines? Every time they see my face, they can't help but run to my comment section and talk about me, all of these things. Who's living in whose head rent free? You feel what I'm saying? Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
Well, yeah, the worst thing that people can do is ignore you. I always say that. Like, it's better to be hated. It's true, though, because no one's showing up. No one's paying for the tickets, right? That's what,
Right.
that's the worst thing that can happen. So I think a lot of people online don't get that. Quickly, before we get out of here, Jon Jones, what did you make of his win over Stipe and all that? I know you kind of expected it like a lot of people did, but what did you make of his win?
I think it was great. I think he looked great. I think he looked dominant. I think Stipe looked old. To be honest with you, like he's been out of it a while. It didn't look like he had his legs under him. He didn't have that same flow, and to his movement like we've seen it in that keeps him dangerous whenever he's engaging in the past. But I think Jon went out and did what he was supposed to do. He let it go on a little. He let it go on. Try to do some things, take him down, stand up with him, work his hands and things like that. I believe he went in there. He had some fun and dominated.
Your gut feeling, does he fight again?
Yes. Yeah. He's not done.
Does he fight Aspinall, though?
They pay him. If they drop a bag on him, he'll fight him.
Okay. And do you think he can beat Aspinall?
Yes. I believe Jon Jones can beat anybody.
But
I believe Tom Aspinall is a test that he hasn't faced.
Yeah.
Just from the size, the strength, the game, like just his abilities are unique. The speed, the power, the ability to grapple, and him having the size advantage over Jones as well.
What did you think of him calling out Pereira? Because obviously, like, some people felt like, okay, well, this is his way of not fighting Tom. I understand where he's coming from a little bit because Pereira's won 2 titles, but what did you make of him calling him out?
It's smart. It's a big fight. It's a money fight, and you can take it somewhere where he's not going to be able to compete with you. Pereira can't grapple with Jon Jones.
Yeah.
That's not even up for debate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see that 100%. He has good Pereira does have good takedown defense. We've seen him be able to stay on his feet and things like that. And when you're going against a Jon Jones who's like that's his thing, bro. His thing is at the end of the day, that's why he throws all the crazy ass strikes at you that he does, because he knows at the end of the day he can just take you down.
2 more quick questions. How was it going to the Clippers game and doing that whole thing? And did it feel a bit weird? Because aren't you a Bulls fan?
Nah, it was dope. It was more so just to check out the arena and check out the stadium.
Yeah.
Norman Powell, Norman Powell. He spends time out here during the off season,
cool.
Training at the PI and things like that. So I've met him. So it was cool to see him and get to watch him do his thing. And it was cool. Like as far as basketball, I was a Pistons fan. I haven't really watched basketball much. The game has changed so much in ways from what I was used to playing and things like that. So I don't follow as much as like that. I'm a LeBron fan, so I like to see LeBron do his thing just because people love to hate on LeBron. No matter what he does, he gets hate just for being great. And I support him 100%. So that's my thing. That's my thing as far as basketball. But it was cool, bro. They had a lounge in there. They had food, and it was great.
Good. Glad to hear it. And last question, you mentioned going back for the holidays. Do you have any like holiday things that you do? Like any like, I don't know, traditions or anything? Or what's your holiday going to look like when you go back home to Michigan?
I'm going to give my kids, give them hugs and kisses. I've been missing them. I have to, being as like having to travel to train and prep and get ready and things like that, missing them and things is one of the hardest things about all of this. So, just go see my kids, love on them, get them some presents. We eat some good food, chill, watch some fun movies, just be appreciative. Just be appreciative and blessed that I have these amazing little humans looking up to me and looking out for me to take care of them.
Jamal, thanks for doing this. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, sponsor, social media, your YouTube channel, I'll give you the last word.
Man, they already know where to find me at. It's always shout out to my team, shout out to my coaches. Without them, I can't do this. I wouldn't do this. And shout out to my fans, the people that support me, the people that back me, that show me love, that come up and show respect, and I truly do appreciate that. I truly do appreciate that. We live in a world where it's easy for people to just throw out disrespect and just follow the crowd of, oh, it's cool to hate on this guy, so we're just gonna hate on this guy, and so for the people that stand 10 toes down on their own and think for themselves and form their own opinions, I appreciate them. And you can give a little shout out to the haters too. Y'all still fans.